tell them to do what?
Like and subscribe.
Again, one more time, if you for the new Negro Leads podcast, make sure you
Like and subscribe.
we out. Alexander White, we here first day of our middle school All American game here in Birmingham, Alabama. Ran into a special gym right here, here at the Hilton, man. Shout out to Hilton, shout out to Adidas. But we here, man. Tell us your name.
My name is Jeffrey Lee.
We ran across Jeffrey Lee. Mr. Lee saw us with baseball stuff. He couldn't wait to tell us about his past and how important baseball in the inner city community is. Man, tell us a little bit about you, Mr. Lee, and a little history that you have. Cause we going to Rickwood tonight, so tell us a little something. Yeah, yeah.
That's my home.
We touring the kids, give them an opportunity to see Rickwood since MLB redone it and had the game there, but I also want to give them the history. We don't want to just give them an opportunity to shine on our platform, but see the history. So tell us a little bit more about Birmingham and a little bit more about you, Mr. Lee.
Well, I was the first black bat boy and ball boy in minor league baseball. Charlie Finley gave me that job in 1967. I was 12 years old, and I was making $1 a game. And on that team, 3/4 of that team, they left Birmingham and went to the majors. We got some Hall of Famers, but they was part of that dynasty that Charlie Finley built with the Oakland A's in the 70s.
For sure.
And they came through Alabama. We had 2 teams. One team was in Mobile, and then he moved the Mobile team to Birmingham. And that was the year Reggie Jackson came here. Me and Reggie Jackson was the only 2 black people associated with the team at that time. We had some, guys from Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and majority of them was white. But they was good guys, though.
For sure.
Like the Tony La Russa, Dave Duncan, Riley Fingers, just to mention a few that people knew. They came through Birmingham on their way to Oakland and ended up Reggie Jackson, Riley Fingers, and all those who went to the Hall of Fame, they came through Birmingham. So that was part of my life. I did that from 1967 to 1973. That's when the team changed from the Birmingham A's, and they came to Birmingham Barons, and Chicago White Sox that took over the farm club then. So I wasn't with them with the White Sox. I was just with them with the A's from 67 up until 73.
So abundance of history in the Birmingham area, and you got a chance to see a lot of history of Negro Leagues and black baseball. So you in Birmingham and everything had to come through really with who were the best player that you felt like you seen being a bat boy, just being around?
Well, Reggie was my man.
Yeah.
I can't lie about that. Reggie. Well, I had 2 road trips every year. That first year, I roomed with Reggie. He was supposed to be my chaperone, so me and him roomed together. And he was just a nice person. I liked him. He went through a lot, being the first black to ever come through, besides Blue Moon Odom. But Reggie was in the middle of 1967. There was a lot of stuff going on, and he was in it, because people looked at him as a superstar.
For sure.
He led the team in home runs, run batted. I mean, he had good stats, and everybody loved Reggie Jackson back then, just like they still love him now, because Mr. October, everybody.
For sure.
You said Mr. October, everybody know that,
Yeah, for sure.
So he was one of my best, and Vita Blue was my second. Vita Blue taught me, I'm left-handed, and I was a pitcher growing up in junior college and all, and Vita Blue taught me how to throw a curveball and slider, so I felt that I was taught by the best.
Yeah, for sure.
When I tell people the story, they don't believe it, so I have to call some of my friends.
For sure.
And when I call my friends, I'm telling them about, oh, yeah, that's you on the picture. Yeah, you was with Reggie and them, blah, 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 because they all knew it, because we lived right across the street from Rickwood. Our little community, really, Rickwood made us and we made Rickwood, because we took care of Rickwood. We did when the team had rainouts and stuff, we had to put the top podium on the field.
Sure.
When the games was going on, we had a monopoly on the jobs at a young age, because we did pop the popcorn, fix the hot dogs. We did it all. That was our job. And we lived right across the street. And so a lot of people didn't know about that little sleeping community back then. And a lot of people didn't know that those jobs that was there when we was growing up, and then when they did find out about it, they other people started coming into the fold, but most of the people that came into the fold was us. I mean, I'm not a racist or nothing, I'm not prejudiced, but we didn't have no black people wanted to sell hot dogs and sell drinks and make that money during the summer and all. But we had a lot of sisters and brothers that came out, and the man that owned the concession stand, we called him Uncle Bob, and he gave all us jobs, and he helped us out. So when baseball wasn't going on, we had concerts, we had football games, anything that was at Rickwood, the rising community, the young people in the rising community, we had first shot at it.
For sure.
Because all we had to do was walk across the street and we was right there at Rickwood. Yeah. And I tell people, I'm 69 right now, I never paid to get in Rickwood. Never in my life. Everything went on. I had people when I moved back here from Michigan, something was going on. Hey man, I got some tickets, I know you from Rickwood and blah. You want some? Yeah, I'll take them, So that's one thing that I could say that out of all these years, I never had to pay a dime to get in Rickwood because Rickwood have always been part of my life and I have always been part of Rickwood.
For sure.
Yes.
How big was Rickwood and just the Negro Leafs and like Reggie Jackson? How big was that team for the community?
The team was part of the community for the simple fact. Now, Reggie had a problem with finding some place to stay, and he told the story when he was here. Yeah. But in '68, Vita Blue, guy named Sam Lovelace, Elmo Placid, they lived in our community. They had got an apartment in an apartment complex, and they lived in our community so they could walk to the ballpark. Well, when they walk into the ballpark, they talking to people, and everybody knew who they was, so they didn't have to worry about nothing. Yeah. And when Blue Moon Odom came, he lived with an older lady that rented him a room because, it was hard for them to find places to stay back then. Right. So most of them, they did stay in our neighborhood, and the neighborhood knew them, and they knew the neighborhood. So that was part of our life. We grew up with all these people, and it was good because we had fun, and really we didn't know at a young age that we was gonna hang out with baseball world champions, Hall of Famers. I mean, we didn't know none of this. And then when you grow up and you see how big things is in baseball and how they changed your life as a little kid, and now, they Hall of Famers and stuff.
Sure. So for sure. Now we appreciate you, Mr. Lee. It's always great to see history, talk to history, and what we try to do with minority prospects is honor you guys just for everything that you guys done in the past, and hopefully pushing it back to where we can get the numbers back up, in baseball and, minority prospects. We create avenues for minorities around the country, man, and bringing them back to cities like this in Rickwood so that they can understand history, because if we don't teach the history, it's going to die out. Right. So that's our goal, to come back and teach the history, man. We're going to let our cameraman Cam Ticket, man. If you don't know Cam Ticket, man, make sure you follow him on all social media. He's gonna show this picture when we post you, man. We're gonna show this picture. So show him this picture. What is this picture pertaining?
This is the picture of the 1967 Birmingham A's, the Southern League champions of 1967.
For sure. And where are you at?
That's me. I'm the little black spot in the middle. You can't miss me, No, for sure. See, a lot of my friends and a lot of people from the neighborhood, when they was doing the Rickwood thing, they got this picture. Why is nobody trying to find you and find out who this kid is, I said, well, I talked to some people, and they said they was interested, but, it didn't happen. So we know. Yeah, for sure. So long as we know, we good. Yeah. And I want to tell you this before I go. Yeah. Me and MC Hammer have something in common. If you ever saw the MC Hammer story, the movie about his life, MC Hammer used to hang around the Oakland Coliseum. Right. And Charlie Finley used to get at him by hanging around there. So what Charlie did, he gave him a job. Right. And MC Hammer got an opportunity that I never did get. He got an opportunity to try out for the team. I knew at 12 years old I wasn't gonna get that
Yeah,
opportunity,
for sure.
But I said that, one thing I know, me and him got something in common. We never met. I don't know him. He don't know me. But we got something in common through Charlie Finley, the owner of the Oakland A's, who was a Birmingham resident. He was born and raised here in Birmingham.
That's dope.
Yep.
That's dope, man. We appreciate it, Mr. Lee, man. Just the history. We want to invite you out, man. All weekend, we'll be at UAB, but tonight, again, we'll be at Rickwood showing we got 80 players from around the country, middle schoolers, getting an opportunity to just showcase their talent in front of the world, man.
Well, I just hope y'all enjoy yourself and have fun. And it's different now than it used to be.
Yeah.
But in the communities, that's one thing. I played like a little amateur. We had a little league called the Negro League. We call ourselves the Negro League.
For sure.
And we had 13 teams, and we played every summer. So that's something I did for over 20 years
For sure.
during the summer. And right now, kids not doing that.
For sure.
And, they need to get back interested in, baseball, because one thing about baseball is safe compared to football, hockey, and a lot of other sports. And then, too, you get paid a lot of money, for them 164 days out of the year. You're going to get your check and get that guaranteed money, because it's not like that in all sports.
I agree.
That's one thing that baseball got over all the other sports. When they say guaranteed, that's it. You sign that contract, you get your money, but you have fun doing it.
For sure.
And the kids today, they all into basketball and football, and they don't know what they're missing out with not trying to play baseball.
No, for sure, man. Baseball is one thing we're trying to get kids to continue to play it, because baseball is 90% of everybody's first love. Right. That's their first game that they played at the age of 4 and 5 with T-ball, man. So baseball is a great sport, man, and we're here to bring out this excitement. We want to say thank you, Mr. Lee. We're gonna get this picture, man. We're gonna make sure we post that picture with you, Mr. Lee, so that we're gonna make sure to put the spotlight on you, man. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it too, and I thank y'all for coming here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.